Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Time. So I had to take down the last video I put up of my comments on the Taycan versus Tesla video because something came in right after I uploaded the video that is just too important to leave out in the video and try and add in the comments. So I'm going to add this in and then I'm going to roll into my original comments, which will make the case for this video to be totally fake news. So immediately after I uploaded the video, someone sent me the test results of an old Tesla Model S P100D versus the Mercedes E63, and their VBOX results are to the 100th exactly the same that they reported in this Taycan versus Tesla video. So if anyone knows anything about drag racing, there is no way you're going to get the same exact 0 to 60, the same exact 0 to 100 in the same exact quarter mile time and mile an hour. So I just can't believe that they wouldn't report the real results from the actual race. They're using numbers from something that was done a long time ago. So I don't know what to do now or what to think of this actual video and race. Add your comments below. I'm going to roll into my original comments of what I thought about the video, but I don't think you could really believe anything in the Top Gear video. Let's roll it. Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Time. So today, Top Gear released a video of a new Tesla Model S Performance Raven model, which is the fastest Tesla has out to date, against the new Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Everyone has been waiting to see this. Top Gear did it. I was super excited to watch what happened. I watched it, the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, Porsche beat it fair and square. And then as I started to look at the video a little more, I started to see some things that were just a little bit concerning. First of all, let's take a look at the time. So if you look at the video, the Taycan ran 10.6 at 131 miles an hour, which is amazing. I gotta say, that is just incredible. 131 miles an hour, faster than any Tesla's run to date. That thing is just kicking it. And then when you look at the Tesla's time, it ran almost 11:10 at 124 miles an hour. So the mile an hour is on par. We have seen 127 miles an hour to some people at the track, but 11:0 at 127 got me a little concerned about why the Tesla would be running so slow. So Top Gear in the video did mention both cars were just over 80%, so I went back and looked at the time steps. Just last week, my friend Jason ran the same car, same Model S Raven, at the track at 81% and ran a 1062 or 1063 at about 124 miles an hour as well. Now, of course, on the dragtimes.com website, we have multiple Tesla Model S Ravens all running in the 1050s from different owners across different parts of the country. So we got 1050s and 1060s all over the map, and all of a sudden in this race by Top Gear, that car runs an almost an 11.1 in the quarter mile. So upon watching the video more carefully, frame by frame, they did show the inside of the Taycan where they were using launch control. You can see it being engaged. Now in the Tesla, they did not show the in-car video from the launch, so it wasn't clear if they launched the car or not. So looking a bit closer, frame by frame, if you're familiar with the Tesla Model S, when you launch the car, you depress the pedal once, and I think you have 8 seconds to depress the pedal again. When you depress the pedal again, the car buckles down, the back of the car dips down, the front of the car lifts up as it bogs down and gets ready to launch. So I watched it frame by frame and I did not see that happen in the Top Gear video. And just to see how much it actually moves, I went outside and with my Model S and actually tested it and took a video of me engaging launch mode and watching the car squat down as it gets ready to launch. And so you can see that right here. If it's squatting down and get ready to launch, it's kind of hard to tell, but I really do not see that happening in the video. And that could definitely account for the 11 flat run, because if you don't launch the Tesla, it just runs a lot slower. It actually has less power, I would say about 35 horsepower less off the line. The 0 to 60 time suffers and the quarter mile suffers. So typically in my car, which isn't as fast as the Raven model, I will get 10.7 to 10.8 when launching, and low 11s when I don't launch the car. Of course, as you can see by the 0 to 60 times, because they use the VBOX and we use the same equipment, they were hitting 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, and at 82%, Jason was getting 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. So that could definitely account for possibly not launching the car in the video. So another thing I realized, or I noticed in the video, when we only show the inside of the Tesla for just a brief few seconds, and you can see the settings screen is up, and they do have the car in Ludicrous Plus, but they don't have it in the full Ludicrous Plus. So to get the full power, you actually have to hold down the Ludicrous button for about 5 seconds. It enters this Star Wars mode, and then it asks you if you want to go back home or you want your mommy. And if you say bring it on, then it goes into this other mode where it heats the battery farther than just plain Ludicrous Plus. So if you go between the two, it takes an extra 10 to 15 minutes to bring it up to the full Ludicrous power. And then when that happens, the display actually changes inside the Tesla. I'm showing you that here. So when you have it fully heated up, you get a different icon of the car that shows kind of the internal motors on the car on the dash, and it also changes the power display with a purple line on the bottom showing that you're all the way up to power, and for the heat of the battery, and on the top it shows the actual power from that little energy display. So freeze framing on the Tesla during the race, the car is definitely not in that full Ludicrous Plus mode. That could account for some power, could account for the 124 to 126, 127 miles an hour we've seen on some of the other times. One other thing that's kind of odd, that if you know quarter mile times, if you are 4/10ths apart, as in this video was 11.1 to 10.6, that is 4 car lengths in the quarter mile, assuming you come off at the same time. So if you watch the video, they do launch at the same time, but yet the Taycan is only 1 car ahead, even though the time slips or with the VBOX data shows 4/10ths. Now that's just a result of probably them cutting up the video. There could have been multiple races where they stack it all together. That's why when I do my videos, I like to present the entire race unedited so you can see exactly what's happening instead of cutting back and forth to not really see exactly what's going on. So I definitely have to say the Porsche Taycan Turbo S running 10.6 at over 131 miles an hour on the VBOX, on the street or the drag strip is crazy impressive. I am thoroughly impressed by the car. I have no doubt that in a drag race, it's a heads-up race between the Taycan and the Tesla, because we've seen the Tesla run 10.5, 10.6 multiple times. So in a heads-up race, I think anyone can win, although the current record still holds with the Tesla at the 10:51 in the quarter mile. Let me know what you think in the comments about what I presented to you. Do you think they lose launch control? I personally think they did not. They definitely didn't have the car in the full Ludicrous Plus mode because the displays were not present and the power output meters were not there. That being said, that could have attributed for a lot, but definitely not the 4/10ths. Not running 10.6, 10.5 in the quarter mile to that 11.0. So let me know what you think in the comments. Was that a fair race? Do you think they should redo it and make sure that they were using launch control, or do you think the Tesla just had a bad day? In the big picture of things, I think Porsche did a great job with this car. It is super fast, and for Tesla, what can I say? Plaid mode for the Tesla Model S could not get here soon enough. Although, Tesla did announce a few days ago that the Tesla lineup are getting a 5% increase for the Model 3, a power increase, and a 3% power increase for the Tesla Model S. I'm not so sure that 5% and 3% will make a huge deal, but if it does, we'll see these Teslas running even quicker. Although I do not think it will run. I definitely do not think it will outrun the Porsche Taycan on the top end. I think that extra gear that the Taycan has makes the world of difference on that top end acceleration, and that's why you're seeing 131 mile an hour top speed. Super impressive. That's Lamborghini Huracan speed that this Taycan is gonna be outrunning on the top end, up to its top speed of 155 miles an hour. Then of course, the rest of the cars will just pass it by. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Fake news for the Top Gear race, or is that just the way it ended up and a legit race? Thanks for watching.